So my dad and I dropped my motor in. This is actually a custom cover that's not clear coated yet, but it's a carbon Kevlar weave. It looks a little, glossy and dull in some spots. That's because it just got wet sanded, but that's something I made a custom mold for, so I'm going to see if that can work. I think it's a little bit long up here in the front. I would probably have to trim it off, but that's okay. I can mold another one or something, but anyway, put the motor in yesterday. I did go ahead and, I don't know if you can see down in here, but I did go ahead and get, let me grab a flashlight here. I think it'll make it so you can see it a little better, but I did go with the mounts from Fat Racing, or PFADT, I don't know how you pronounce that. When they answer the phone, I always forget how they say it, but it's a different mount that allows a little more clearance between the Cook's headers, or the Cook's headers, and the engine mounts versus the stock mounts, because they're kind of big. So I went ahead and put those in, and they're pretty nice. Kind of spendy for what you get, but I mean, they are nice, and so the motor went in pretty uneventful, really. I did it without the headers on. I did take off as recommended. I did have this off when I put it in. That made it a little bit easier to get into the frame. Mine particularly, I don't know if everybody's clearance is this tight, but this is pretty close to the frame right here. I don't know if that's pretty normal or if just mine's that close. I imagine everybody's is pretty close, but I don't know if they're that close. There's maybe. I can't get my fingers between the frame and that, so anyway. Yeah, the motor went in pretty well. That's the donor motor out of the 99 convertible, so it's got 40,000 miles on it. Hoping it'll be pretty good. It's a stock LS1, so. And I went ahead and there's no clutch or anything in the tranny yet. I just put the transmission in to get a fit on everything. And I did end up having to elongate the slots here so that the transmission could be further forward this direction. Because what was happening is my motor mounts were tilting backwards as I tightened the transmission up. So I took off this tail section, lengthened those slots, and then, everything's pretty good now. Everything lines up real nice. Not a whole lot of clearance between the cross member and the transmission right here, so, but I guess I imagine that's pretty normal. This is a G5003. I don't know if you probably can't see that real well, but it's a G5003, and I picked that up from a guy who was going to build the car, but he decided not to, so I bought the tranny from him along with the Cook's headers and some parts that Shane makes down in Iowa. But yeah, pretty uneventful other than, elongating the slots for the transmission mount. And then, like you saw in my previous video, I did notch the frame for the AC compressor plug, which, I think you can see, right down in here. Yeah, it's pretty hard to see right now, but you can see that plug down there, and the frame is actually notched, so. But, anyway, yeah, I'm excited, holy crap. That motor's been sitting in my garage on an engine stand that's right over there. It's been on that engine stand for, over a year, I think, since I pulled it out of the vet, so. But anyway, yeah, it's starting to look like a car. This is a pretty amazing journey that these kits allow you to have, building a car and then driving it. I can't imagine what's going to be like the day that I fire this thing up. I'll probably be starting it and stopping it 10, 20 times just to hear it. So, but not too much else going on. I did go ahead and put these mounts in. These are some parts from Shane for mounting the ISIS system. so those are good to go. And I put the cowling on the steering. You know, that's pretty well set, as well as the you know, the telescopic switch that's right down in here. That's for the telescopic steering that got put in. That was a bit of a pain, but it's kind of cool. So yeah, other than that, you know, I think the next thing here will be figuring out my cooling lines and my AC. And if I can get that figured out, you know, try to put the biggest hoses in first and then work down to the smaller stuff. So yeah, eventually probably get into doing some wiring here. So that's about it.